Good evening, everyone. This is Option B by Margaret. Welcome to my channel. I also ask you to consider hitting the subscription button so that we may continue growing the channel. I also ask you to give me thumbs up and share my video. I'm talking to caregivers this evening. I'm one of them. I spend my time with other people's children, and this work can give you blessings and it can give you a curse. When you are taking care of other people's children, give them love. Treat them like they were your own, because when you treat them the way they are supposed to be, and also fearing our maker, you do like as if you are dealing with them when their parents are there, because even when they are not there, remember God is with them and is also seeing your actions. He can bless you, he can curse you. So I'm talking generally to those people who take care of other people's children, and I have a word or two. And this comes from the experience I have. So let me start with nannies. Here in our country, when the children are left with their caregivers and their mothers go to work, sometimes it is hectic. The children may suffer. They are mistreated, and what they go through make them have a lifelong problem. I have an experience of one nanny who was treating my children so inhumanly that I felt, when I knew, I felt very bitter, but I had nothing to do. So this lady, to me and the father of my children, we saw like she is the one of the best we had ever had, because she used to take care of us when we are at home, to take care of the children. But the minute we leave home, she becomes something else. I'm telling you, something else. Not a human being. And one day, a neighbor told me, "Oh, Margaret, I dislike telling people about their workers, but I have said, I'll tell you about this one." So when you are away, she literally beats up your children. They cry the whole day. And when I tell her to stop that behavior, she says she will, but she doesn't. And when I'm at home, she's more than an angel. If she saw that it's almost raining, because I was not working very far from where I was living, she would take umbrellas, meters, and made sure that we were not rained on. And when I wanted to wash, she grabbed my clothes and washed them, telling me, no, you cannot do this work when I'm around. If you wash, what will I do the whole day? And she used to cook for us willingly. She needed to ask me, what are we going to cook this evening? I would tell her, give you the menu, and then she would prepare. Before dusk, everything was ready, and we were taking our supper so early, and we felt that this is the best caregiver that we have ever had. So it happened one day that she was not in. Therefore, I was forced to go with my daughter to where I used to work. So this young one, about 3, or maybe she was heading to 3 years. Hey, she knew, wow. So there is another place somebody can go and live peacefully. Therefore, the following day, when I wanted to go and the house girl had the caregiver had come, I prepared myself and I was ready to leave. She told me, no, 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 don't leave me, mom. We must go with you. The way we did yesterday. I said, no, that place is, you are not yet of age. And she cried. But when I insisted, she said, then, mom, I ask you to lock me up in your bedroom so that I can stay there the whole day. You open for me when you come. So I knew that she was suffering, and since the girl was there, she would not be able to tell me what was happening. So the second day I went with her. When we came for lunch, we took lunch, and when we were to go back, she insisted that she couldn't be left, and she refused. We went with her. So I insisted that I be told what was happening during the day, and by then I had 2 children. They explained to me how they were being beaten when we were away, and especially the daughter. Just imagine, no, she was a plump girl with round cheeks. Wow. She told me that the nanny would hold her by the cheeks and lift her up, drop her, beat her, and she used to feel a lot of pain. When she was being given food, she was beaten. She was told to go and stay outside. And then, but the boy was not suffering very much because, boys, most of the times they go out to do their things outside the house. So my daughter was really suffering. And with the time, I noticed that they had developed a certain tabia that she was not able to talk boldly. When you talked to her, she talked like she's fearing. She used to fear everyone. And this is when I understood why they are becoming withdrawn, the two of them. So we had to decide and release her. So there's another, she left, but when she came to take her salary, they saw the girl and thought that she was coming to stay with us. They cried, the two of them, and told me, Mom, we do not need a helper. We shall be helping you with your work. And imagine, they were only 2 and 3 because I had given birth to them. They were following one another very closely. They are maybe 1.5 years apart. So when I knew how they were suffering, I said, no, I will not allow anybody to be mistreating my children. Now I'll not employ any caregiver. I'll be waking very early in the morning. I prepare them and go with them to school, and also do other chores. I close my house and go with my children. But since we were in the rural area, we had other work, types of work. I've always been a part-time farmer. I would come, go to the shamba, do something. Also, these children were too young. I had to wash my clothes, my husband's clothes, and the children's clothes. So I felt so tired. I found that being forced to sleep very late and then wake up very early. So I said I'll try another one. When this other one came, and I called them to report to them that we have had another helper. Here we have a, or then we used to make the children refer to them as aunt. I told them we have brought another aunt, and she's going to be so loving. Wow, my children protested, they cried, and they said, no, mom, you normally go to look for aunts who come to beat us. We don't want any other person to come and live with us here. Oh, I had to plead with them. I told them we were supposed to give him a chance to see how she was. And this time, this nanny came with her own child, a daughter. And I told my daughter, now see that you're going to have a friend. Now you have a sister. So eventually she agreed. Although this time she had a very good nanny. She was taken care of. They loved her. Sometimes she would ask for permission to go with them to her place to greet her parents. And we would allow them because when our children are happy, we were very peaceful. So after some time, this woman or this lady got a suitor, and then she went away. She got married. So when I had another helper, oh dear, my children, they have suffered in the hands of these girls in the names of nannies. And I pray that in our country, change would come so that we have a policy where employers can have nannies who are trained and those who have love for children, and that maybe if we get good income, we can be able to employ those professional nannies, because the ones we take, they are just so inhuman. There's another one who had taken care of the firstborn when I had one child, and he was not allowed to come out of the bed. He would sit in the sofa set the whole day, not so that he would not be dirty. But I remember one day with pain, one day that he was sick. Just imagine my family. My child spent a whole day on a mattress that had a Macintosh. That was not made, it did not have blankets or anything. So he spent the day there. When I came, oh, he was wet. He had sores on the bottoms. And mind you, he was sick. Sometimes, when I see my children, sometimes I feel, I cry to God with thanks that though they passed all this, I still have children. And another one still. This one was not too bad. She was humble, but was illiterate. Sometimes problems force us to have nannies who are not educated. So one day my child got sick, and I took him to the hospital. That time I had one child, the firstborn, and when I left him with the lady. I told her the instructions of how to give the child the medicine. So I asked her in the evening, one evening, where are the tablets that remained? And she told me, the baby cried for them and I gave him. Just imagine. The only luck that was there, they were mild they were mild painkillers, and it's only one that was remaining. So he was overdosed. If it would have been strong drugs, my child would have died out of overdose. So I urge to all caregivers of all levels, even if you're taking care of a child, or you're taking care of children at school, or you're taking care of sick or convalescent, be prayerful. Ask God to give you love, so that how you treat them, God will be happy and will bless you. He will pay you. Those who are good, those who treat them well, when you meet later, they just tell you how their lives changed, how they were blessed, they have their own homes, they are doing well. Huh? But if you mistreat somebody who is helpless, you will pay. God will make you pay. And you remember later that I'm going through this because of what I did to so-and-so's child, or to so-and-so's helpless parents who needed me. When you're supposed to feed them, you don't feed them. When you're supposed to change their soiled clothes, you don't change them. And remember, everything that you do, if you do something good to a needy person, you are doing to God, and God will pay you. So I think this experience is an eye-opener to those who are rearing children, because if you come and find that your child is not happy, it is wise that you find out why the child does not have a good relationship with the caregiver. But when they have a good relationship, let them stay together, even if this person does not even have any other uh, positive trait, or she's not helping you in any other way, but she's giving your children peace. They are living well together when you are not in. Then that is the best person. You can look for any other person to do other chores, but among other things that God has given us, our children are number one. Mind you, one of these children of mine has a family, and he said his children will never be taken care of by hired nannies. He has said that the mother will stay at home with the children until she finishes taking care of her children, until such a time when they will be able to take care of themselves, because he says the children are very lucky when they get the chance to be brought up by their own mother. So it will not be possible, of course, for all families, but I pray that those who will be charged with the responsibility to take care of children or sick people, let them have a human heart, and when they treat them well, God will pay them in future, and when their time of need comes, God will send an angel to them. So I'll stop there today. Have a nice time. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel and share, and also write comments, because by so doing, we are helping one another to grow. Goodbye.